Welcome back to day 2, TMRE. We're joined here today by Sarah Sled, Director of Research at Facebook. Morning, Sarah.
Morning.
I'd like to start by just asking about the key areas of focus for your team and what you're up to at the moment, really, at Facebook.
Yeah, so we have 550 UX researchers across Facebook, and so those are across Facebook, Instagram, Oculus, WhatsApp, and Messenger. So as you can imagine, we have quite a wide variety of topics that we explore. Even just within Facebook, we think about friending behavior, about how people share information to each other, and about how people engage with businesses. So there's a really wide variety of topics. We also think about some of the kind of larger underlying issues that are fundamental to our mission to help connect people and bring the world closer together. And so those are things like, it could be bringing connectivity to people in underserved areas or getting technology into the hands of developing populations. So there's just a really immense array of work that we do.
Great, and currently what are you working on? What's the most exciting thing that's going on?
Yeah, I think 2 areas that are really exciting. One is virtual reality. I think that's just an amazing innovation space right now, not only at Facebook, but across the industry. And I think when most people think about VR, they think about the gaming opportunities, right? And picturing young men wearing headsets kind of playing these games. That's definitely one application. But we're really excited about investing in a lot of the other applications for VR that can improve people's lives and solve problems in the real world. So one of those is really thinking about the future of work around the world and how we can use virtual reality to connect people to their coworkers who could be halfway across the globe. There's also new work that we've done with devices like Portal, which we just introduced, which uses AI to help improve the video conferencing process in a home unit so that people can, grandparents can watch their grandkids growing up no matter where in the world they are.
Great. And if we were looking at the research industry more broadly, what do you think is sort of the state of the research market today?
I think this is a really exciting time for research. For a lot of us, we've kind of watched the industry grow up and develop quite a bit as we've been part of it. I think the ubiquity of data and data analytics tools has meant that researchers really need to focus on the value add that they bring as researchers. And also making sure that data is used in a responsible way. So even as colleagues who maybe aren't formally trained as researchers have access to data and can use the tools, it's important for us as researchers to kind of bring our lens and bring our responsibility of using data in a strong way.
And for leaders of research teams or just leaders more broadly, what are some of the big challenges you see?
I think for almost everyone, the first challenge is making sure that research has a seat at the table. And depending on where your company is in integrating research, that can be a process to just make sure that research is being listened to and has that opportunity to provide insight. And that can really be accomplished by finding advocates in the organization who believe in research and can help advocate and convince others of the value of it. I also think as researchers, we can help convince others of the value by tying all of our research findings back to business decisions. And that's a really important thing.
And given the pace of change that's going on with sort of consumers and businesses alike, if you had to give one piece of advice to your peer group or sort of businesses that you work with, what would it be?
Yeah, I think that it's important to get laser focused early on what the goal of your product is and who the population that are going to be using it are. And really uniting the team around understanding that goal and the user statement and getting everyone focused on it regardless of product and job function. Because it's easy to, as you're in the product development cycle, it's easy to want to add every new bell and whistle, new technology to your product. Or as researchers, we often hear people asking for a product to do many things. And that's why I think you start to get led astray of, oh, should we add this? And why don't we also build this? And if you have agreed early on about what the goal should be and who the people you're serving are, then that'll help you, get that focus back and really answer those questions of, is this achieving our goal? Is this making people's lives better in the way that we want to?
Yeah. And I'd like to ask, in terms of some of the latest leadership thinking or books that you've read, what's really helped inform your thinking for you and your teams?
Yeah, I recently read Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek, which was great. The title is, based off kind of this military ideal that the officers in a military group are the last ones to get their food. And this idea just really resonated with me. I feel like I really try to operate under a servant's model of leadership. I believe that I'm there to help take care of my team, to advance them in their success, and to make sure that they receive recognition. Something else that Simon talks about in the book is about creating a circle of safety. And that really means that people, can trust each other in their team, and they know that they'll be supported, which then allows them to be themselves. And at Facebook, we talk a lot about people bringing their authentic selves to work. For me, that means, I'm not just a research leader, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a volunteer. And I think I've seen time and again that me sharing those parts of my life with my team encourages them to do the same, and then creates that circle of safety and that trust among the team. Which then, when faced with hard problems, we're able to handle them better because we have that foundation of trust with each other.
And finally, I just wanted to pick up some of your volunteering work. I saw you spent nearly 20 years working with young women on leadership and empowerment. Can you tell us about that?
I would love to. I'm really passionate about working with young women. So I volunteered for over 20 years with a program called California Girl State. It's a program that takes 500 young women, they're rising high school seniors in the state of California, and brings them together for an all-paid week-long leadership program that's centered around civic engagement. And I had the opportunity to attend when I was 17, and it absolutely changed the course of my life. So I've been a volunteer with it ever since. And there's a couple of things about that opportunity and what I try to empower the young women with, which is that one, I think it's just important for us, for anyone in a leadership position and for us as researchers, to share about our work with young people. Again, this is UX research in particular is a new and rising industry, and so a lot of students have never been exposed to it. And when I speak to them, they're often really excited about oh wow, that's a job that I could do. I think the other important thing is to really promote self-advocacy, especially for young women. It's important to get very clear on what your goals are, and then articulate those goals to people around you, not just once, but often, so that those people can help you find opportunities that can advance you, whether that's, you want to become a manager, you want to build a skill like public speaking, or get involved in an organization. The more that you remind other people of that, the more that they can help connect you to opportunities that can help you achieve those goals.
Right, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah,
it's
my
been a real
pleasure.
Great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.